Why is it these people on YouTube think that they can use the words slander, defamation and harassment when they clearly don't have any idea what that is? For those that aren't aware, I've literally just recorded Wednesday's video, which has a couple of arcing connections to this one in a roundabout way. Now, today we are going to talk about Onision and the fact that he's threatened to sue someone again. Now, he's done this before. The last person he did this to was Joy. And for all the fact that I'm not Joy's biggest fan, Joy, she did go overboard on the videos considerably. She did go overboard on a lot of things, but she was just pointing out what was being said by him, which is exactly what the person that he's threatening to sue now is doing. The only difference is she was doing like over 10 videos per day about Onision, whereas this guy does 4 or 5 a year. But so yeah, Greg is at it again. Greg's response to the incident in New Zealand, for those that don't know what I'm on about, I think you probably do. I'm just not going to say the words because YouTube don't like those words being said. And it's similar to his reaction to incidents such as the nightclub in Florida and the concert in Manchester. I'm trying to be vague as possible. Granted, this video isn't monetized because I can't monetize it because I'm not got monetization anymore. But just in general, he equates the subscribe to PewDiePie craze with the offender, which is exactly what the offender wanted, and that's why he said it. Despite the fact that PewDiePie has condemned the offender and the incident vehemently, and has said that he feels sick the fact that this guy even uttered his name during the incident. And the offender did this because he knew it would get him promotion and he knew it would get him out there in public. The offender it also went off at people sending thoughts and prayers. Now, he's done this with other incidents. Also, he's not thinking that the actual incident that happened in New Zealand happened at a place of worship. So, whether it's one being one religion and one being another religion, if one person from one religion is saying to the others, sending thoughts and prayers, it does offer them a bit of comfort and consolidation, and we're with you, we're with you, we're going to back you up type of thing. But he doesn't get that. And it offers compassion and support and comfort. Something Greg knows nothing about. He announced that he had donated, but he didn't donate to a New Zealand charity, he donated to an American charity. So he wasn't donating to the people that were directly victimised in this incident, but donated to American charities that are involved in dealing with the incident, like Florida and incidents like that. But we're talking about the New Zealand issue, so really he should have donated to a charity in New Zealand. He announced on Twitter, I've donated. It's like, bully for you, not everybody can afford to, dipshit. He did not, and he promoted those charities. I don't think he researched which charities he donated to and promoted. I haven't, because in this country we have extremely strict gun laws. Though incidents like that are very few and far between. I'm not saying incidents like that don't happen in this country, it's just not that often. Like I said, I think the last major incident, apart from a few smaller ones, was Manchester. And he doesn't seem to have any idea what he's on about half the time. He's very anti-gun, I think. And like I said, I come from a country where we have extremely strict gun laws. I think in my entire life I've known 4 people that have owned guns, and I've said this before. My stepdad used to, because he used to work on a farm. We have a family member that has one because he works on a farm. We have another guy that I used to work with that owned one, and then a friend of mine's dad owns one. So that's 4 people in my entire life, in living in 2 big places. I've known people with guns. That's not including the guys I went to that I studied under at university, because I know some of them did own guns at some point, or had guns at some point, but that's different because that's law enforcement. He doesn't seem to understand that a lot of people don't have the money to donate to people and to things, because we have limited income. And then he dictated to everyone how their reaction should be, and how they should react, and how they should go forward. He said in one of his tweets, public request that nobody make a monetized video about the incident, including PewDiePie. Idiot, YouTube wouldn't allow a monetized video to happen about that topic anyway. The only people that get monetized videos about that specific anything like that are the big networks like Jimmy Fallon, Jimmy Kimmel, MSNBC, people like that, because they have a back door where they can actually buy specific ads to put on their. They can have specific ads that they can put on their channel, which a lot of smaller YouTubers don't have, because we're not companies, we're individuals. And PewDiePie wouldn't anyway. Yeah. And then just before this happened, he went off on somebody because they unpledged a $2 Patreon pledge. There was various reasons as to why. One of them was he didn't believe in the way Greg reacts and the way Greg behaves, and various other things like that. But Greg didn't seem to understand that. And he also went off on people whose card was declined. So basically, when you sign up for Patreon, you put your card details on, and then if you've not got enough money in your account, the card gets declined, as it would anyway. But Greg doesn't seem to fully grasp that idea, that people are struggling a lot more financially than he does. He sent Repsion an email claiming Repsion's video on the incident caused financial hardship, when in actual fact it was quite the opposite that happened. When Repsion did the video about the guy who unpledged a $2 pledge, he was on $1913, I think, so that's just shy of $2,000 a month on Patreon. Then after the video, he actually went over the $2,000 mark. He's also not bearing in mind that Repsion is literally responding to Greg's tweets, Greg's videos, Greg's actions. But Greg's saying that he's committing slander. How's it committing slander? If he's saying you're going off on a former pledger, and you've gone off on a former pledger, that's not slander, that's not defamation, that's the truth. If he's going off on you for your reaction to the incident in New Zealand, then that is allowed, because 2 people can have 2 completely different reactions to the same incident. He claims that Repsion is harassing him. He's also holding Repsion's network responsible and demanding that the videos be removed within 72 hours by the Repsion or the network, neither of which happened. He's also accusing him of things he's never done. As far as I'm aware, Right, although Repsion does sometimes go a bit OTT, meaning he gets a little bit more worked up than I normally would with Onision. I can get worked up with the Onision, but it takes a lot. He's generally going off facts, and it's only when his emotions come into play that he gets more emotional, obviously. Whereas Greg doesn't seem to fully understand that Repsion is presenting facts and then his reaction to those facts, which is what most commentary channels do. We say, right, this is the fact, and this is our reaction. We're not drama channels. We don't flavour everything we say with what our emotions are or our input is. We're not a news channel, so we don't give you the facts and then a little bit of our opinion. We give you the facts and then we give you our opinion. We give you the facts and we give you our opinion. That's the way it works on commentary, which is what Repsion is. As far as I'm aware, nothing that Repsion has said ever has been slanderous or tantamount to harassment. 4 or 5 videos a year isn't slanderous or harassment. What Joy was doing was harassment because that was multiple videos a day. But that was a different situation to some respect. In this incident, the only time Repsion talks about Onision is when Onision does something worth Repsion talking about, which Greg doesn't seem to get. Repsion's just responding to Greg's own actions, Greg's own words, Greg's own tweets, Greg's own reactions to situations, and nothing more. He's also saying that you've admitted you've made thousands of dollars off my name. Okay, some videos have been demonetized, some videos he's copyright claimed, so he gets the money for it anyway. There's only a handful of videos that Repsion's made money out of. And I think in total throughout the whole long period of time that Repsion's been on the platform, he's done 35 videos. So 35 videos over 8 years. I thought I'd written it down. So Greg has lately removed a hell of a lot of tweets off his Twitter. So he's probably saying, oh, that tweet's fake, or that tweet's fake, or that tweet's fake. But there's a problem with that, Greg. First of all, multiple people have screenshots of the exact same tweet. Second of all, Twitter can always go back and undelete tweets and fetch things back off their servers that you've deleted, just like YouTube can. How do you think they return deleted channels? How do you think Twitter returned deleted profiles? Most online social network formats can do so. He repeatedly also he's saying that my lawyers will be in touch if this isn't done. Now, first of all, if he had a lawyer would have told him not to do that, and that the lawyer would have handled it, because that's what a lawyer is for. If Onision had a true claim for defamation, harassment, slander, a lawyer would have said, don't conversate with the person, I'll conversate with the person, you just deal with you. That type of thing. You can't claim slander when Repsion can prove what he's saying is what Greg's said in the past. There is video proof, there is a proof in a lot of formats. Now, if you go off the list of everything that Greg's claiming that Repsion's doing, you're harassing, you're doing constant videos, you're slandering my name, costing me my financial hardship, blah 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 blah. If that was the case, then somebody like, well, I don't know, Jacqueline Glenn and Shane Dawson, and even social reporters could sue him. How many times has Greg / Onision accused Shane of being a predator, which Shane never has been? It's been bad jokes that have been said in the heat of the moment, and people twisted them. Which we could do with some of Greg's older material. Greg's got material glorifying domestic abuse. He's got material glorifying suicide. He's got videos saying that your depression is your own fault. Blah 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 blah. But he has no proof that Shane is a predator, and nobody has any proof that Shane is a predator because he isn't. He said that Jacqueline Glenn was this, and this, but she isn't. Greg needs to learn what slander, defamation, and harassment truly are. Harassment is maybe verging on what Joey was doing. There's no slander or defamation because people are just reporting what Greg's saying. And then he's saying, you're ruining my business. No, it's your own actions that are ruining your business. He needs to learn that public figures can be spoken about and criticised at any time. And Greg has been a public figure. He's been on YouTube for 10 years. He should know this by now. And that can he prove these things are false when it would literally take a subpoena to Twitter to prove that the tweets that people are sharing are true. Greg is losing fans and is becoming selfish, egotistical, he's lying and not following through on things he promises. Now, I admit that sometimes I don't follow through on things I promise, but I usually have a reason why. Now, Greg, he just says he's going to do something, but never does it. He's pretty much like, I deserve you to give me money so I can feed my kids because I can't do a 9-to-5 job. I can't work a normal job. Bitch, what's stopping you from working a normal job? There is nothing stopping Greg from working a normal job. He just doesn't want to because he's had a cushy life for the last 10 years. He's becoming irrational and unstable. It's very true. Over the last 6 months, he's had multiple things come out about him that aren't great and that aren't the type of thing that I would want to come out about anybody about. And some of these things are valid. They are very valid. And the fact that he's saying, oh, it's slander, oh, it's this, it's this, it's this, it's... Yeah, but these people can prove this. These people can prove this information. Can he prove that it's all false? He can't understand why his channel is dying. And it's dying because people are realising that he's one of the most irrational and toxic people on this platform. There is a reason why people don't want him at VidCon. There is a reason why he's banned from most like Vlogfair, VidCon playlist, because people don't want him there. There's a reason why people are unsubscribing, because he is irrational, he is acting unusual, he is changing things every 2 seconds, but not the right things. He's stayed the same throughout his entire YouTube career. The content he's making now is very similar to the content he was making 5 years ago, 6 years ago, 7 years ago. He's never changed his content, ever. You look at Shane, he's done multiple different forms of content over his entire 10-year span. You look at Phil, he's done multiple different forms of content over the years. You look at the ones that have lasted 5-10 years on the platform, people like Shane, like Phil, like Jenna, that have stayed successful on the platform. And they've stayed successful on the platform because they change with the times. They adapt to what people want, they adapt to what people need. Whereas Greg stays the same. He has the same opinions. He essentially does the same video over and over and over and over and over again. And then when it gets criticised for something, instead of changing that, or seeing if he can change it, or if it's just an irrational criticism, he's like, no, I'm going to carry on doing it. Okay, bitch. He's also claimed that Jeffree Star propositioned him, which I question. First of all, what the fuck would Jeffree Star want with fucking Gregor? Eh? What the fuck would Jeffree Star want with him? Fuck all. Nothing. He's claimed that Repsion talking about his Patreon costing money issues, which it didn't. He's claimed harassment for 4 to 5 videos a year. Maybe if it was 20 videos a week, yeah, but if it's only 4 or 5 videos a year, then no. And he can't claim slander when the proof is actually on Repsion's side. I don't think he completely gets that. I don't think he completely understands that. Which is unusual for somebody that's likes to have the facts on his side and like to have evidence on his side. In this instance, what he thinks is slander, defamation and harassment is actually just a commentary channel commentating on him and criticising his actions, his behaviours and the way he is online. We don't know if he's completely different when he's not online. He probably is, most of us are. But when it comes to presenting yourself as strong, as the best you can online, he's not, he's doing the opposite. So, time will tell. That's the thing with Greggy Poos. Time will tell. He's not the nicest person. So, yeah. We have that to put away. So I will leave Repsion's video on this and Jacqueline's video on this up on the iCard. And why is it that John and Greg throw away, and even Joy, throw the words harassment, slander and defamation around so readily when they seem to have no idea what it actually truly means? Because if they did, they wouldn't throw it around. Anyway, I'm going to edit this in a sec so you can have it up for tonight. So stay safe, be good, have fun, and I will see you next week.